Good morning. Believe it or not, I was here at 10 o'clock. But the delivery showed up, and then they couldn't get the internet to work. I give up. I do. I'm tired. You know? Alright, so. Grandson's birthday is Saturday, 3 years old. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because nobody takes me anywhere and nobody told me until now that it was his birthday, so I have no presents for him or nothing, but that's just to make me look bad. The wife does that all the time. She'll have a gift someplace and I look like a shithead. Alright, what else is going on? Huh? I had some stuff here someplace, I think. No, I didn't have anything. Trump's going nuts again, which is alright. I seems to have calmed down. This deal with the Epstein files is ridiculous. I mean, they're now corporate America is saying they're going to continue to work on it, but agencies and companies are firing people. People are stepping down. One guy's closing his entire agency, which was, I don't know what you call it, not advertising, celebrity agency, he's closing it down because of the Epstein file scandal. Businesses are shutting down, laying off people, people are getting fired, CEOs are stepping aside. Politicians aren't. Politicians don't do any wrong, The biggest scumbags in the country are going to get away with this shit. That's just friggin' amazing. I just turned my fan on because I can feel the heat rising in here. Alright, so that takes care of, I don't know what it takes care, it really doesn't, but I don't know what to do about that. I mean, that's just, I sit there and I can complain about it, but nobody's listening to this. Nobody's paying any attention to the news about this. Nobody can see that there's something definitely wrong when all these other countries are responding to the Epstein files, and Epstein is an American, and it's I believe he's American. He was in an American jail where he was probably killed. They said suicide. I would go maybe, but I doubt it. He's just a true first-class scumbag. And that's just the way it is, Don't know what's going to happen there. I really don't, Put that there, put that there. Put that there. Yeah, because it's just so stupid, It's everywhere else except, where it's supposed to be. Now they're saying there's a mysterious benefactor of Epstein that's been there for years, and the FBI showed interest in it, but they don't know anything. Corporate America is just stating this is not over. New Mexico is passing measures to investigate Epstein's Zorro Ranch. That's, that's about as far as I got, And Trump now has reached a point where I think his mental capacities require him to step aside, so he doesn't get impeached, and we can impeach J.D. Vance instead. There was a avalanche in California where these 9 backcountry skiers are missing. 6 survivors have been rescued. So that's a total of 15 altogether involved in this. The Vatican is not participating in Trump's Board of Peace, and I don't blame them because it's racist and misogynistic and anti-Christian. That's his whole attitude. You know, he's not a Christian. He's a scumbag. And he's out there doing this shit that he shouldn't be doing. Abortion clinics are closing because it's going to go back to the back alleys and coat hangers, where people will just stop having sex. Now they're going to put Trump's paint job on Air Force One. Maybe that make it a better target for somebody. There was a 30-car pileup in Colorado. Wow, only four people died. I say only. That's it shouldn't have been any people dead. They shouldn't have happened. So now what are we going? Nancy Guthrie's still missing. Mark Zuckerberg's turn to lie to the social media addiction trial. More people are quitting. Tricia McLaughlin, Homeland Security spokesperson, is the lead in the agency. Hey, you know, they can only take so many death threats and shit, and then it's time. They just get tired of it. They get tired of the security, you know. You still have to keep it for a little while because some people don't forget, you know. I'm just looking through the news to see if there's anything we can talk about. How to get motivated to exercise. Look in the mirror. You know? Look at the women you like. Look in the mirror. That should be enough for you. That's what motivated me when I was younger. I try not to look in the mirror nowadays. You know, it's just... This I really don't understand something. That Trump has done so much damage in such a short period of time, and there are people are saying that it's not repairable. Which means that they like things the way they are, is what they're saying, you know? That's really psychotic, you know what I mean? Is there anything happening with you guys? Huh? Anything special going on in your lives? Oh, Bruce Springsteen's going on tour with an anti-Trump tour, which is, you know, he's like me. He's at the age where he don't give a shit anymore. You know, his whole band is my age now, so... Trump's top 10 fan just revolted. I don't know what that's all about. I try not to read those because those are click for pay ads. Let's see. Sally Fields, only 79. Wow, I thought she, you know, I get these things where I just don't know, you know. I think these people aren't here. Here's another one of these. George Conway's predicting that the end is near for Trump. People have been predicting that a long time. I just think he gets bored when he's not going around, you know, starting trouble and shit like that. I think he just gets bored very, very quickly and gets sleepy. Story later. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's okay. We can do that. See, there's nothing really current. The trouble with my headlines from CNN is they're now they're messing with Cuba. They're trying to starve them to death. Cuba was basically a quiet country. They didn't bother anybody. Lately, they haven't really done anything to upset anybody, and we're out there trying to, you know, I don't know what we're trying to do really. Now everybody's wondering whether Ocasio-Cortez will take her politics national. I'm not sure she's completely ready for that, but a Senate seat or something like that would be a good thing for her. Move her up a little bit, whatever. If nothing else, just put her in a position to irritate the shit out of Donald Trump. Because he doesn't like her at all, and that's always a good thing. That makes her a very positive person in my book. When he doesn't like somebody, I like him. And I just discovered when I was reading this article yesterday about this judge citing Orwell and rejecting Trump's bid to erase history of slavery in Philadelphia. So in that same article, I found out how that the number was, it's like flying off the shelves. Orwell's 1984 and the Handmaid's Tale, because if you look at it, things that are going on in this country are very, very similar, and people aren't paying attention to it. See, I don't know whether I mentioned this yesterday. This was somewhat semi-important to me, but Jesse Jackson passed away, and he was I don't know whether you call him an influencer or a rebel. He was kind of a little bit before his time. I think if it was today's world, with social media being as prominent as is, he could have been much bigger. He ran for president twice. He had a few million votes. I mean, he wasn't a complete idiot. But I think his biggest problem, I think, was that white people thought he was the opposite of racism, what am I trying to say? White supremacy. He was the opposite of it, but not in a good way. He was, into black supremacy, and rather than, equality, which is what, I've been about because my mom taught me that. I've been about that for a long time. Pete Hegseth can't stand Mark Kelly because Mark Kelly is actually a soldier, actually fought in combat, actually won medals, whereas Hegseth is, giving himself medals or something. I don't know how he got it. People are trying to figure out what the strikes on civilian boats are going on about. That's just, they're killing more people. Trump has undermined the Election Assistance Agency ahead of midterms. Well, I think we should set up either people should get together and set up either regional or local election assistance programs for their own people. Homeland Security scrutiny of protesters and critics draws more scrutiny. Well, of course, they've got that skin, that Trump skin. They can't stand to have somebody talking about them, So what are we doing now? All right, that's about it. I've done enough bullshit for the day. I think I've For a Wednesday, hey, it's middle of the week and I'm boring the shit out of you, you know? Anyhow, uh, you guys all, take care. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. I appreciate it. The best thing about that subscribe button is it notifies you when I'm on the air. And this, if you don't want to watch me, you don't, stay away from YouTube or something. You know what I'm saying? That's I'm gonna add that to the check over there. All right, and for now, I'm out of here. Hit the subscribe button. Make a few comments if you like. You can be nasty. I don't care. I have a great repertoire of bad language I can use if you decide to use bad language against me. So be prepared. Okay, now we'll see you mañana. What the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.